What's up, guys? So I just wanted to make a video saying why I got back into Destiny 2. I just recently jumped back in, and with some of the changes they're about to make, I feel like some people might be looking, hey, maybe I should get back into it, maybe I should get into it for the first time. And I just wanted to make a video explaining why I was even into it in the first place and what brought me back. So my love with Bungie started way back in the Halo days. Halo Reach is still one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love it. I still have the collector's trophy with all 5 of them. Is it 5 or 6? I can't remember. But I still have it. I loved everything about Halo at the time. I thought it was kind of revolutionary, the things they were doing. Halo 1, or Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3 was one of the first games me and my friends were all addicted to. We play together all the time. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. I have a cold. So it's 100 degrees in Texas and I have a cold. But Halo was what got me into gaming. I grinded Reach for so long. I was so hyped when it came out. It's just one of my favorite games of all time, including Halo 3. I played ODST. I believe Reach was the last one Bungie made, the Halo series. But yeah, Halo Combat Evolved was amazing. Like, if you go back and play it now, of course it's kind of meh because it was made 1,000 years ago or whatever, but it's a great game, man. I absolutely love it. It changed a lot of things about the gaming industry. And when I heard Bungie had split with Halo and gave it to, what is it, 343 Studios, I was kind of upset, but I've played the more recent ones. They're okay, they're not bad, but it's just, I feel like Bungie knew they had to change their business model of whatever they were doing with Halo. It kind of ran its course, multiplayer, matchmaking, grinding, ranks, all that kind of stuff. It was kind of done, it was kind of washed. So I feel like they purposely did it to move on to something else, and I was excited for what was coming next. I was really, really excited. And if most people know what came next after, I think it was Reach and ODST, they were working on a project called Destiny. The game was completely online, which was a new thing for shooters. I mean, there might have been a couple at the time, but I was so hyped for Destiny because I was so behind what Bungie had did. And when the original Destiny came out, yeah, it was super, super bland. There was a story. I mean, basically, it was a grind to get your power level or light level, whatever it was called back then, up. And there wasn't really a story behind it. Yeah, there was enemies, and you kind of knew a little bit about them. And that was pretty much it. So it was kind of bland, but to me, I was so hyped for this new type of adventure, this new type of game, that I just was blinded and I didn't really care. I could grind for exotics. I could, do whatever I wanted to. I can run around on the moon, run around on Mars, just shoot enemies mindlessly and just grind for loot. I love loot. I love grinding. It's just my type of game. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And then the Taken King came out, I think, year 2 of Destiny 1 and changed the game, man. Pretty much fleshed out the story. Now the story's kind of branched off and it's super, super deep in D2. But back then, this was so big. It changed everything. It was such a good expansion. It made Destiny 1 a staple to me. It was just phenomenal. It added new class abilities. It added more customization. It added so much. So, I was in love. I love this game. One of my favorites. I even played it up until D2 came out, actually. I think it was pretty kind of boring, but still played it. I still loved it. It was, Taken King changed the game. Then Rise of Iron came out, and this was what I was playing up until D2 came out. And loved it. It was phenomenal. The Siva storyline was great. It was just cool, man. I played Rise of Iron or D1 until D2 came out, and it was announced. As I was playing this, D2 was announced, and I was like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be so cool, man! Can't wait. And then D2 came out, and it was kind of meh. It was fun. There was a story, like an official story of the Red War. Fighting the Red Legion. It had a cool story. Dominus Gaul was cool. And you do the raid, and you find out Callus was the exiled leader, and he trained Gaul, and all this cool stuff. But there was no random perks on your guns. I remember I had all the exotics in the first month, and I was kind of upset. I was like, there's no reason to grind for these guns if they're all the same. I have them all. This is kind of boring. And I'll be honest with you, I put the game down for a long time. But recently, I saw this. I saw the Forsaken trailer when we all know what happens to Cade. You can kind of see in the picture. And also, I was like, oh crap, maybe I should get back into it. And then I bought the Forsaken like special edition. It was only like $30. Comes with the base game, Osiris, Warmind. I hadn't played those, obviously. I hadn't picked up the game in months, or in a year, 2 years. But dude, Forsaken was dope. It was so good. There was more stuff to do. You could grind. There was a great story. Random perks were back. You can masterwork your guns. There was so much. I was like, this is the game we needed in the beginning. This is why I shied away. It's back. It's finally back, and I'm so stoked. And with Forsaken came a lot of cool stuff. There was the Tangled Shore, and then there was my favorite, the Dreaming City. You could do Dreaming City was like a real end game type of area. There was super difficult stuff to do, stuff to grind. You can always grind. There was always someone to beat. There was always someone to kill. Even at the Tangled Shore, there was always bounties on these powerful enemies. And it was just better. Like when DE2 first came out, you just grind public events and pop a Fire Sea medallion, and you have the exotics, all of them, in a couple weeks. It's crazy. But now with Tangled Shore, with these, what they did, which was awesome, with the season pass, they put in quests to find exotics. They put in different ways to get them, different things you had to do. It was amazing. It was the game that I wanted when D2 dropped, which it was a good game. It's not like Fallout 76 where it was just buggy as crap and they were charging you for everything. No, the game was good. It's just not what I expected as a Destiny fan. And then I also, since I got in here recently, I just went ahead and bought the annual pass. I mean, I bought it like 3 days before the Season of Opulence started. And the Forge is dope. I was confused because I was under leveled when I tried it first, but it's dope, man. You can pick your weapons. It's cool. Season of the Drifter was cool. Gambit was fun for a while, but you get matched up with bad teammates, and it kind of ruins the experience. And the armor you get is pretty much for Gambit or whatever the other game mode is. I don't really play it that much. But Season of Opulence is dope, man. There's so much stuff to do. You can upgrade your chalice. You can pick your weapons. The Menagerie is like a light version of the raid. And yeah, I was stoked. I'm happy. I liked it. I wish I would have played it as the year went on, actually. And then I heard Bungie and Activision split. And I got excited. Bungie and Activision, everybody, the feeling was that Activision was guiding Bungie. They were guiding their business model. They were guiding how content comes out. They were guiding how updates are handled. And obviously Activision's in it to make money. I mean, so is Bungie. They're a business. But Bungie cares more about the consumer than Activision does. If you don't know Activision's track record, a lot of these big publishers, all they care about is dollars and cents and not so much how happy gamers are. I can't say this is true for all of Activision, but that's the feeling most people got. And when Bungie split with Activision, I was like, okay, this is a good thing, right? And Bungie held a Vidoc last week. They did a Vidoc with the live Q&A and everything, and they showed off what's coming next, Shadowkeep. And this is big because it's their first expansion without Activision telling them what to do. And that's dope. In the vidoc, they went over what's happening, all the changes that have been made, and it might have been the biggest news. To me, it was bigger news than when D2 was announced. Like, yeah, D2 obviously was coming. We were all hyped. But when they did this, they showed Shadowkeep, they showed what's coming with it, and then they also talked about the changes that are happening almost immediately. The game is getting cross-save. You can play. If I play on Xbox, but if you got friends on PlayStation, they can just, one of you can just get the other console and play, and you can play together with the same character. You don't have to regrind. Destiny's going free to play. That's insane. They're focusing more on the RPG factors. That's so dope. Like, it's so cool that what they're doing, and the turnaround from them splitting with Activision is almost immediately. Now, I can't say for sure Activision was holding all this back, but Activision leaves, and Bungie says, we're doing all this right now. And that's awesome, dude. They're going to support it. Obviously, it's going to be supported for a few more years from the way everything's panning out. They're going to have optional seasons. You don't even have to opt in if you don't like what's going on. And then you can buy the next one, and you don't miss nothing. You don't have to have the one before it. Like when I bought the annual pass, I really just wanted to play Season of Opulence. But thanks, Activision, I had to buy the other two that I couldn't even play as they happened. I mean, I'm kind of glad I got Black Armory, but still, not cool. You're making me buy stuff that is old. People aren't even grinding that stuff no more. And Bungie is changing all that. They're gonna make armor where you can customize it the way you want. The store, the Eververse store, it's not blind boxes, loot boxes anymore. It's not blatant, obvious money grabs like it was Activision. It's, you pick what you want. Just, you want this, you buy it, whatever. It's all cosmetic, of course, so it doesn't really matter. I rarely buy stuff. I don't see the need for it. Of course, I buy the expansions, but yeah, dude, the game is better. It's back. It's hyped. I think it's in September. It's gonna go free to play on all platforms. Cross-save's going live. Shadowkeep's going live. Activision's kicked out the door. Dude, it's dope, man. If you're thinking about coming back, do it. Do what I did. Just buy. You can go to GameStop right now and buy like the Forsaken edition for like $30. It's not that bad. You play through that. Once you get through that, you can do anything. You can see how the game has changed. And if you want to opt in, you can. By that time, Shadowkeep should be coming around. So you don't even have to buy last year's annual pass. Most of that stuff, I mean, the Menagerie, you have to be light level like 690 anyway. So just come back. It's dope, man. And it's going to be free to play soon too. If you want to just wait for that, do it, man. Do it. Wait for it to be free to play and then just see how you like it. You can play with your friends. You can do Gambit, which was supposed to be a season exclusive thing, which is dope. Thank you, Bungie. Thank you so much, Bungie, for these changes. Yeah, those are my thoughts. That's why I'm back. Hopefully, some people come back, man. Because the game ain't dead. It's got a lot of players. You can easily do anything in matchmaking. Players running around Tangled Shore, Dreaming City, Mars, wherever, all day, every day. So, thinking about it, come back. If you want to wait till it goes free to play, do that too, man. I'm so glad Activision's gone. You guys have a good day.